Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. G3 Ballin, Esco Lifestyle. We live fucking direct. Right now, I'm just going to give this orientation for you guys in regards to why you guys should join my subscription list. And I'm gonna just go ahead and show you guys a lot of things that's going on in the industry musically that you guys may need to know about. But before then, what I mean, I want to turn over real quick. Woo, yeah. You know what I mean? Somebody bring the mood, the vibe, the hype. You know what I mean? Because this is a great thing for every musician, every record producer, every audio engineer. So let's get started. So now what I've been seeing in the future per se is this type of thing where you could be your own independent artist, whether you're your own producer, whether you're your own songwriter and lyricist, or you're your own audio engineer. There's a select few in the world that can actually master all three at a very high level. Um, you know, Especially nowadays, seeing how the music industry is starting to play out, you can see that there's a lot of complaints within, a artist or a record producer or a record executive or even an audio engineer, to where everybody doesn't have their own piece of pie, and it's starting to become a real complaint to a lot of different people. Let me show you a lot of different examples. So what I'll be covering, like I said, the state of this new music industry that I'm out here building within myself. Like I said, the situational things that goes on with artists or music producers or audio engineers that make a lot of artists struggle at the bottom in general. Whether you're an artist or a music producer or even an audio engineer, or you're able to excel and grow and hit those pinnacles. Also, I'm gonna give some certain solutions within myself of what I would do to give you guys that type of advice to see how to maneuver within this new age, and how to be ahead of everybody in your class. So let's see what the market's got going on. So like I said, this music industry is a wrap. I hope y'all don't think that this shit is going to continue on as much as you think it is. The music industry is a facade, and here's a graph to prove it, right? So we have here the Grammys, right? The Grammys, everybody want a Grammy. Kanye West got like 21 different Grammys, Jay-Z, and people use this as a collateral to be like, oh, well, my artistry is validated because I have 21 Grammys, or I have all of this, or I have all of that. Well, look at the chart now. So you see the Grammy is right here, and you can see that since 1980, right? That's a long time. Since 1980, you can see the ups and downs within that yellow line. And you can see at 2020, it's hit an all-time low. So that tells me a couple things. Either the music is trash, or nobody cares about this new industry that's going on, or this old industry that they want to, project this the real thing, is the magnificent thing to do, or is the best thing if you want to feel validated by anyone in the world about your artistic creative gifts. Like that's like dumb as fuck to me. um Let's have another one. Billboard has their own award show. obviously, and they already have their own charts and graphs of what song is the best song of the week or the month or the year or the best video, the best R&B, etc. So you can see that it's hitting a record low as well. It's hitting a record low as well. And in this PowerPoint, I'm gonna have all the links and everything like that in store for you guys, so you guys can actually read this yourself and see I'm not capping. See, I'm not telling no lies when it comes to this orientation that I'm giving out. So, like I said, there's a struggle coming back from a pandemic slump, and it's not necessarily the pandemic that's really causing a lot of these issues. It would have actually boosted it. Think about it. If there was a pandemic and there was everybody that was staying in the house, wouldn't that bring more people to actually watch your award show because they're not able to really see it in face value in real life? So that tells me another thing. I don't think Billboard is doing anything new either. Now let's see these royalty rates, right? Let's see these royalty rates within this year. This is updated in April this year. So this is actual real news and real market research as far as what's going on. So you can see that the music downloads has gone all the way down, obviously because of music streaming, which has already been accelerating and going higher as the years went by since 2017. And you can see that the podcasting advertisements have also gone up a tad bit more than usual, just because, everybody wants to do podcasting. Everybody has their own podcast now, whether they're artists, whether they do music, whether they're a producer, whether they do, a lot of different avenues of life. Podcasting is really big, and they stream music through there as well. So that's a lot of what's going on within 2023. Revenue breakdown. So this is what I wanted to go ahead and break down to you guys as far as what is going on 2023, as far as, the basics of, a record label or getting your own money or doing stuff like that as a record producer or as an artist. So you can see that, there's a songwriter. If you do write your own songs, there's that avenue that you have where you have performance rights and royalties on that. So you're able to, recoup on anything that you wrote within yourself. There's the publisher, which gets all four of these type of avenues. Actually 5 of them, as far as, samples. A lot of times you don't make your own samples unless you're like a producer, a record producer that, creates their own samples and makes their own beats, etc., stuff like that. So that's how you would be able to get publishing as a producer. As an artist, it would be your song, and you would have to be able to pay a producer so the producer could give you the exclusive rights to the beat so you can have a master of the track. So that's how you would be able to make money. Sync licensing, of course, if your song or beat gets put on to TV, commercials, infomercials, etc., that's sync licensing. So a lot of that would be structured and facilitated within that. And all of that, and the artist, of course, will get paid through, BMI, ASCAP, etc. There's a lot of different ways. To do it. Like I said, there are some royalties, like I said, for publishing, which I just broke down on the last slide, as far as mechanical, and the distribution and everything like that from the rest of the world, or compared to if you stay in the United States, which is 2 whole separate things that you would have to actually organize within yourself to actually have a complete system, so you can actually, monetize what you do as an artist or as a producer or as an audio engineer, etc. So here's the royalty rates per stream. And this is something that I've had a problem with. Just because, like, think about it. Like, even though Apple, Spotify, YouTube, a lot of these different avenues has all the people for you to monetize a network off of to build your platform, these are the rates that they're paying you. This is not even worth a penny yet. Spotify, Apple, Tidal's paying the most. Shout out Jay-Z. Shout out Jay-Z. But like, you can see that a lot of the streaming revenue, as far as what's going on within the old music industry, is not really as profitable as a lot of people will think, due to how the lifestyle looks, which is another misconception of what the industry shows out. So people could think, oh yeah, you got to look like this, you got to have all this design, you got to have all these chains, you got to have all this type of stuff, so you could look like you are a superstar, even if your music is pure trash. And in the back end, with a lot of these artists and stuff like that, this is what they're getting paid per stream. So why would I look at these like these type of platforms as monetization if there's another problem at hand? Here's these market trends that's going on as well that I've been looking into. Of course, TikTok. TikTok just blew up, and everybody wants to use TikTok and everything like that. And I could even see on the bottom here that the industry globally is about to grow up about 8%. So a value about $142 billion is about to be made within this next year. When it comes to music in general. So, there's an adoption of streaming services that's in places that didn't have them. You know what I mean? Or just markets that's blowing up right now when it comes to that type of scene or anything like that. As far as let's say China, with K-pop and everything else like that. Let's say India with their Indian music and stuff like that. Let's say Brazil with everything that's going on with dance hall or Afro beats or stuff like that, and of course Africa, I'm a piano, Afro beats, that's taking over the whole shit. You know what I mean? That's taking over the whole everything within the next like 5 years. You heard it here. So yeah, of course TikTok, people love TikTok and everything that is able to provide for people, as far as just getting your face and your name out there and your recognition. So that's a market trend, of course, that I'm looking at. Number 2, blogging, blogging or vlogging, or just being more of yourself that you can show to other people. Because a lot of people just like think like an Instagram post is going to do it all for people to think that they know you as an artist. And I don't think people are really going that transparent within themselves to actually show that to their supporters, which is also a disadvantage of the old, music industry. A lot of things were just, bland. Like, oh, I'm wearing designer, I'm this and that. I don't do interviews. I think that loses a lot of different connection, but it has an intrigue on it. For example, let's say like Playboy Cardi. This dude does not post or do nothing, but he has this type of look and feel for everybody to be like, oh my gosh, like it'd be like fanned out or something like that. You know what I mean? For example, or let's say a guy like Russ who actually connects with his people, his supporters, and actually produces his own product, his own beats, his own engineering, his own everything within himself, and is able to have deeper and more developed connections with his supporters than, let's say, a Playboy Cardi who just plays out or shows up when he wants to show up. That doesn't really have an intricate or deepening of a connection with your supporters at all. Number 3, market trend number 3, which I'm starting up right now at the foundation, is monetizing your own streaming platform for your own foundation. This is why I say it like this, right? Like I said, there's all these streaming platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, all this type of stuff, right? So let me go ahead and break down the article, because it's probably a lot for you guys to read. So let me just go ahead and break it down for simple terms. Okay, so music is in an interesting place right now. The conversion of album sales has been something that the music industry has just overcome in the last half decade, 5 years, right? So it seems like there's an emphasis of what's going to happen next, because it's a wrap. The music industry is over, like it's over. Like whatever y'all thought it was, it wasn't that, like I just want to be honest, outside of these stream numbers on Spotify and the DSPs, that's what I mean. Because you have all these streams on Spotify and all this type of stuff does not equate to an actual foundation that you have within your actual career. Doesn't actually work like that. I can have a million streams. Let's say I had 10 million streams on YouTube, or 10 million streams on Spotify, or 10 million streams, all that. That could look cool, but that's not a clear foundation of who you are artistically when it comes to your skill set and things like that you have structured on the back end and the front end to consider your own foundation for yourself musically. A lot of people don't have that. The industry doesn't have that. I would say there's probably a couple people. One I'll say right now is Russ. That's probably the only guy I would say that actually is able to do that at a very high level. And everybody was shitting on this guy. Just for example, everybody was shitting on this guy. And Look at him. I mean, I think he did a show over at Egypt, at the pyramids of Giza or some shit. Shit. Independent? Shit. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know what they talking about. If you ask me, I heard YouTube's gonna be launching YouTube Shorts. Right back to the article. Right. So this will go to the product that you're advertising, whether it's your music, whether it's your website, whether it's your clothes, anything like that, music video, etc. So I think YouTube versus the DSPs is going to be a big thing. Of course, because YouTube has the biggest platform. They have the biggest with YouTube Shorts. It makes sense. So Spotify and everything else like that, it would just be a back burner to YouTube, which has already been. It's been like that. So let's this. I don't know how much of a factor TikTok can continue to be. Resulted in multi-label bidding war over the 10 million as an advance. So people are fighting over this TikTok stuff, just like this AI stuff, just like everything that's been progressive as far as technology within the music industry. And the labels are getting scared. The labels are getting scared right now because it's hitting the point where now every angle of every situation, you don't need a record label for. You can use AI to record and master your tracks. You can use all these type of different technologies to actually boost up your actual, craft, your actual artistry as a music producer, as an engineer, as an artist, which I haven't really looked into because, I have all those skills myself. But think about it. If AI was able to do that, it wouldn't really be as a benefit to, let's say, your own specific artistry within yourself as your own foundation. So this is the part that really shocked me. So I think the labels need to get away from relying on data from TikTok. And I think the same thing that just happened with Spotify, I can absolutely see record companies purging the staff that they have, like A&R and people who have been working on the marketing campaigns. I think they're in trouble because of the traditional methods are not going to work moving forward. I think there's going to be more third-party outsourcing for sure. I think a lot of record labels or record companies lack vision. So think about it. If of all these things is happening, and bro, I could really pull up a situation with Drake and The Weeknd having like some AI song, and the record label's like, no, we need to put that down. We need to put that down. Stop AI. You can't stop a computer from doing the shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all asked for this, and like, this is not really a good thing per se, for actual artistry. You could say for AI or whatever, but AI is just getting better within this shit. They're getting mad. TikTok doesn't work as much as they think it would with their data or what they think is a good artist for their label. So now if you're the artist yourself, you're the producer yourself, you're the engineer for yourself, and you're able to put this out on these streaming platforms to have your own network of a foundation for yourself. Think about how much you can monetize from that. YouTube can't take that away from you. Goddamn Spotify can't take that away from you. Apple Music can't take that away from you. None of them spots. And it's starting right here at the foundation. Look at the chart, for example. This is in 2020. So the largest record companies by revenue, market share, right? So the market share is just how much is being sold, how much is being this, how much is being that. Excuse me. So look at this. It is 32% as far as Universal Music Group, right? Which is one of the biggest, of course. Sony Music at 20%. Warner Music Group at 15%. And look where record labels was at. Look where record labels is actually at independently as far as market share. Now this is very interesting, right? Because you could say that a lot of these independent labels are working with Universal, Sony, or Warner Group. That actually makes sense, right? But let's say if all of that is gone. Let's say if all of that was gone and you had your own marketing team, you had your own marketing purposes, your own marketing system, your own everything within your own record label that you was able to build up from scratch. Would Universal need anything like that? No, because you already have that. Sony, would you need that? No, because you already have that. Would Warner even want that? No, you already have that. So as time goes forward within this future of artistry and the entertainment business, these record labels is going to see less and less and less and less of a market share, of a profitability, and of a value because the people are now starting to notice they're the value. That's the foundation. Boom. So, quick question for you guys. What would you guys think is fully independent? Would you work with a record label and feel like you're independent still? Would you feel like you having all these skill sets as far as a music producer, as far as a songwriter, or your own lyricist, your own audio engineer, where you're able to craft a lot of these songs from scratch for yourself? What's that mean for you? You know, you know, like take some time to actually like think about it. Because if this is your career, where do you want to actually go with this career, this lifestyle, this story that you have for yourself? Why you're doing it. How you're doing it. A lot of these things is what people would want to actually know about when it comes to this new music industry that is especially crafted by the foundation. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like this is what the foundation is actually about. Think about what it means to you. Now let's go through these actual problems within this thing. And I got, like I said, the artists, the music producers, and the audio engineers as well, right? So let me break it down on all three levels for you guys. Let me start with artists, right? So let's say originality, right? Let's say if we go on the radio right now, let's say we go on Billboard right now, let's say we go on all these type of platforms and playlists right now. Does it sound like it's just the same damn song playing it over and over again? I'm getting tired of that shit. Let's say if we go to the club and we're asking the DJ to play a certain song that's not really as club friendly, you would say, but it is something that you can actually play at a club. They will tell you fuck no and play. Okay, man, like playing all these like who wants to hear that nowadays? It's like 2023, man. Like, could we get an update on y'all playlist too? It's not original. People want originality. People want to actually see you being an individual within your artistry, not something that you just copy and paste because Pooh Shiesty did it 2020 or Drake did it 2022 or because Lil Baby did it 2 singles ago. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, where is the originality that you're actually able to present yourself for? So you're the original motherfucker, not where you're just a copy and paste. And a lot of artists, majority is on that type of wave still. Let's say concepts and ideas for writing songs. A lot of songs is cookie and cutter. I mean, there's not really any depthness or connection that you can actually feel from a lot of these lyrics. Let's say for hip hop, for example, all you're gonna hear right now is shooter, shooter, bang, bang. I pull up with the gang, gang. That's all you're really gonna hear all day. You know what I mean? There's not anything in actual clear detail of people actually, expressing a true story, which is what is going to be something for people to actually be loyal to you about, especially your supporters, which is the last 2 pointers for artists, music producers, right? I used to be a music producer myself before I turned to my own artist and my own engineer. So I'll tell you from clear-cut examples. Splits with artists, royalties, or beat leases. These artists don't like to pay for the beats. These artists don't like to give you some royalty. Until you actually start flaming out and start bitching and complaining about a lot of these things, the artists don't have no respect for that. That's what I've been able to see. And that's due to just like some fake ass ego they have for Instagram and their likes. You know what I mean? A lot of that, it was just what it was, And for me, until I started actually demand my actual value within what I got going on, I didn't get no royalty stream. I did not get no goddamn beat lease, no none. So that's a lot of what's going on within the artists and the music producers. It's like this battle where it's just like this clash. And I solved both by being my own artist and my own music producer and having both intellect on knowledge and actual, experience on both angles. Let's say for music producers also being knowledgeable with your software. A lot of people just, watch tutorials and something like that. But a lot of what music production actually is finding your own way to actually produce your own tracks. Even though you can use tutorials and stuff like that to help out a lot, there's certain cheat codes that I've been able to find just being able to, just hop on an Ableton and actually just, just fuck with the Ableton. Lastly, for, music producers, there's no monetization of skills of production that elevates. A lot of people don't really upgrade their production. A lot of people just sound the same because it works. And that's what I mean with the artists when it comes to Billboard and Grammys and stuff like that. You don't really hear artists or producers really hopping on some new eccentric beats that's original for their own sound to be able to progress and build and grow their true story. It's not like that nowadays. It's more so like if you can't hit Billboard, you ain't shit. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, fuck Billboard. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Like, fuck out of here. Trash. You know what I'm saying? Trash. The whole list is trash. Whole list, all these labels, trash. You know what I'm saying? Trash. But lastly, for engineers, right? For engineers, right? It's starting to be a problem for them too, because they're like, okay, well, we're getting paid this hourly for us to record these artists. Majority of them we don't like. Majority of them are trash, and majority of them we're not even seeing no revenue from for the long term. I'm still having to pay bills. I'm still having to do this. And I've talked to an engineer before about a lot of these songs that he was been able to do here in the Salt Lake Valley. And for him, it was more so like, yeah, they're not sharing no splits with me. These folks is taking my credit. They ain't paying me for no albums that I've recorded and mixed and mastered. They're not paying me for none of these type of things. And it's starting to become a problem even for the engineers to start asking, I want some splits too. And it's like, damn. It's like, damn, like everybody fighting now. Like, this is the battle. Shit. That's when I became my own engineer. It was just like, man, I don't got time. I don't got time for the arguing. And started to learn these actual techniques within, the software that I use called Ableton to actually, be able to push and grow and develop, my own artistry and craft, so I could be able to teach it to other people like you guys that's dealing with these same situations that I feel like would be a lot more easier if you was able to outsource a lot of these activities or even be able to learn a lot of these techniques and skill sets for yourself. So now with a lot of these type of, data and, research that I've been doing and everything like that, as far as the Grammys, as far as the music production, the trends, etc., etc. What would you think, or what would you actually look for if you was wanting to actually build it from scratch? If you was actually wanting to rebuild within your own foundation and have it sturdy, have it grounded, have it on point, have it on every angle to where you don't have to deal with a lot of these problems and issues that majority of people are already dealing with in the music industry, whether it's their labels, whether it's dealing with other artists, whether it's dealing with other producers, or even just audio engineers that don't really see you for who you think you really are musically, I would say, for example, to join, this monthly subscription services on the website, build this and facilitate your own foundation musically and be able to learn. So this is what will be granted, right? For example, so it would be actually right here. There's a premium service, there's a gold service, there's a platinum service, and there's a diamond service. So I'll break these four down. So with the premium package, right here we got 10 beats a week, for the artists. We got a loop kit and loops and sample packs and etc. And also tips that we're also going to be giving to the music producers. And also, Ableton templates, wave presets, plugins, software, etc. that we're also going to be giving to audio engineers that are not able to afford it, And also, you guys will be able to join a weekly blog where, I'm able to ask questions or give you guys tips or, etc. On a weekly blog. So on the gold package, everything from the premium package is actually involved with the gold package as well. So you would be able to access to the blog, the true blog that I have going on, which is teaching all artists, all producers, and all engineers. There will be a poll that I'll be throwing out, every so and so. I'll say 3 times a week. So ask you guys what topics you would want me to cover for these webinars every week, and being able to, facilitate a lot of teachings and learnings for you guys to be able to monetize for yourself and your own foundation. And also just access to certain courses and stuff like that I have coming up that I'll be able to have on this website as well. And more features will be announced. Then we got the premium package, everything from the premium, the gold, and actually this is platinum. This is the platinum one. So platinum, we'll have the platinum, the premium gold is together with the platinum. So there's going to be discounts on all the courses that I have going on, and the merchandise as well that I'm be selling as t-shirts, posters, etc. Everything from that nature. I'll give you access to a private group where I'm be teaching other situations or other secrets in detail for you guys on a whole separate area for the platinum package. And also just snippets to other songs, production, and engineering secrets that I may have, and wanting to hear from you guys as well, since we're going to be a community at that point. So at that point, that would be a dope thing for the platinum package. More features, like I said, will be on May 1st. Then there's the diamond package. So with all three of these packages, they're all going to be together. All of them going to be together. The premium, the gold, and the platinum. That's 3 times, right? And now we got the diamond package. So the diamond package, there'll be a private location for all the diamond members that's going to be a part of the foundation. It's going to be a whole private network and everything like that, just for all the diamond affiliates that's going to be together with me, building this foundation for each other and monetizing it on that angle. There'll be webinars 3 times a week. I'm building this foundation on what I'm doing on my end to facilitate and see if these tips will work for you guys, and actually having that dialogue, within a chat box or a group chat, etc. And also just mystery boxes that I'll be sending out. I'll be showing so much love for, my diamond supporters, that's on the diamond package, to send out, some mystery stuff a month. You guys wouldn't even know. You guys really wouldn't know what I'll be sending out. Y'all wouldn't even know. Y'all wouldn't know if it's going to be, really, you guys really wouldn't know, and it's going to be something dope, because it just shows that, I miss you guys heavy. So a lot of this is going to be a part of this foundational system that I have going on with this new foundation for the new world musically, and artistry and entertainment. And I don't want to go ahead and just keep this restricted to just, music producers, artists, recording artists or audio engineers. This could apply to anybody. This could apply to any creative that's actually, using their creative gifts, and it's not just a situation where, they're just measly working a job, or they're trying to just figure it out on their own angles and tips and scenarios, and not really knowing how to solve a lot of these problems within themselves. So, that's what the foundation is here to provide. We're all a community here together at the foundation, and this is all something that's going to be a situation that's going to be dope for everybody. So thank you guys for coming to this orientation. This is over with. This is done. I'm glad you guys came through. I will be having a survey about this orientation down below in the comments. I'll be able to have that down there for you guys, so you guys could be able to, give your pointers, give your tips, give your cues, your likes, your dislikes, if you did like the orientation. And if you guys want anything more, any topics, any concerns, anything like that, you're able to put into the server, the survey, and it'll be a dope thing for everybody. A dope thing for me just to get better, and dope thing for you guys to just, be able to critique how you guys do. So thank you guys so much. This is G3 Ballin, Let's Go Lifestyle, Foundation USA. May 1st, we're going crazy. Let's go.